Ever wonder what it's like to live like a billionaire, even for just a night? I mean, really live it up. We see them on the news, hear about their mega deals, but where do these titans of industry actually lay their heads when they gather for those huge global summits? Is it all just sterile, identical five-star hotels? Or is there something more? Something that whispers a story of power, of history, and maybe even a little bit of human vulnerability? Let's start our journey in Davos, Switzerland. Every year, the world's most powerful people flock to this tiny alpine town for the World Economic Forum. Now, you might picture them all crammed into a giant conference center, but the real action, the real power plays, happen after hours. The most coveted spot isn't a hotel room, it's a private chalet. But we're not talking about your cozy ski lodge fantasy. Imagine this. You're walking through the snow-covered streets of Davos. The air is crisp, the mountains are majestic. And then you see it. A seemingly quaint wooden chalet, but with a subtle hum of security. Inside, it's a world away from rustic charm. We are talking private chefs flown in from Michelin-starred restaurants, art collections that could rival a small museum, and wine cellars stocked with vintages older than you and me. Renting one of these chalets during the forum can cost upwards of $1 million for the week. It's insane. But it's not just about the luxury. It's about creating a private kingdom. It's a place where a CEO can have a hushed, off-the-record conversation with a world leader, away from the prying eyes of the press. It's a power move. It says, I don't just attend the summit, I host it. You can almost feel the weight of the decisions being made in those rooms, the kind of talks that could shift global markets or change the course of technology. It's both awe-inspiring and a little bit terrifying, isn't it? Now, let's jet over to another playground for the powerful, Sun Valley, Idaho. The Allen & Company conference here is nicknamed the summer camp for billionaires. It's where tech and media giants gather. Think about the deals that have been born here. The whispers say this is where Jeff Bezos bought the Washington Post. It's legendary. But unlike the cold, calculating vibe of Davos, Sun Valley has a more relaxed, almost family-like atmosphere. The dress code is casual, and you're more likely to see a CEO in hiking boots than a suit. Here, the ultimate status symbol isn't a lavish chalet, but a sprawling, rustic cabin, and I use that term very loosely. These are multi-million-dollar homes disguised as log cabins, complete with riverstone fireplaces, panoramic mountain views, and enough space to land a helicopter. The feeling here is different. It's less about overt displays of power and more about curated exclusivity. Staying in one of these private residences means you're part of the inner circle. It's where you can bike with Tim Cook in the morning and have a barbecue with Mark Zuckerberg in the evening. There's a human element here. It's about building relationships, not just signing contracts. You can imagine the conversations around a crackling bonfire, the initial sparks of ideas that become the apps on our phones or the shows we binge watch. It feels more personal, more human. It is a reminder that even these titans are people who enjoy a good chat and a beautiful sunset. But what happens when a summit takes place in a bustling metropolis like New York City for the UN General Assembly? There are no chalets or rustic cabins here. The game changes completely. In a city that never sleeps, privacy is the ultimate luxury. And the billionaires have perfected the art of finding it. They don't stay in just any five-star hotel. They book the entire top floor. Or, even better, they go for the ultra-exclusive presidential suites that are basically palaces in the sky. I'm talking about places like the Ty Warner penthouse at the Four Seasons. It's a 4,300 square foot masterpiece with 360-degree views of Manhattan. It comes with a personal butler, a chauffeured Rolls-Royce, and even a personal trainer. The cost? A jaw-dropping $50,000 a night. But staying here isn't just about the panoramic views or the endless champagne. It's about creating a fortress of solitude above the chaos of the city. Imagine looking down on the yellow cabs and the bustling crowds from your soundproof sanctuary. It's a powerful feeling, a sense of being above it all, both literally and figuratively. It's a statement. It communicates that you can command not just a boardroom, but a piece of the world's most iconic skyline. There's a certain loneliness to that image, too, don't you think? A king in his castle, looking down on the world. So, from the snow-capped peaks of Davos to the sun-drenched hills of Sun Valley and the concrete canyons of New York, we see a pattern. For the world's billionaires, a place to stay during a summit is never just a room. It's a tool. It's a strategic asset. It's a stage. It can be a fortress of power, a sanctuary for relationship building, or a statement of untouchable status. It's easy to look at this and feel a sense of envy, or maybe even disgust at the sheer scale of the wealth. And that's a valid feeling. The cost of one night in some of these places could change a person's life. But if we look closer, beyond the price tags, we can also see something deeply human. We see a desire for privacy, for security, for connection, and for control. These are desires we all share, just played out on a scale that most of us can barely comprehend. It makes you wonder, if you had that kind of money, what would you choose? The cozy, intimate power of a Davos chalet? The relaxed, network-focused vibe of a Sun Valley cabin? Or the godlike isolation of a New York penthouse? Each choice tells a different story about who you are and what you value. It's a fascinating glimpse into a world that is so far removed from our own, yet driven by the same fundamental human needs. A world where a simple decision like where to stay is layered with meaning, strategy, and a whole lot of emotion. It's the human side of unimaginable wealth. Thanks so much for coming on this journey with me. If you found this as fascinating as I did, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. Let me know in the comments which billionaire hideaway you'd choose. Until next time.